What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and you've often heard me refer to TikTok as a suboptimal platform. Now, there are good elements of that community. I've been told by people I trust that it isn't all disgusting trash, and I trust them enough, so I'll take their word for it. My primary issue with TikTok is simply the data security. It is, what are they doing with my data and your data? And hundreds of millions of Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube accounts just got compromised again. 235 million social media users had their profile data scraped and exposed online. Security researchers have discovered an exposed database online which contains scraped data from social media profiles of nearly 235 million Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube users. For those unfamiliar with the practice, web scraping is an automated technique used to gather data from websites that is often employed by analytics firms who use it to create large databases of user information. Although the practice is legal, it is strictly prohibited by social media companies as it puts the privacy of their users and consumers at risk. Well, YouTube, Instagram, you're both called out as well here, but since we're talking about TikTok, just another perfect example of the absolute carelessness that these applications proceed with when it comes to protecting your data, to protecting your personal information, even when they're not selling it outright to marketing firms or importing it to China or exporting it to China. They're letting anyone come in and scrape their website and pull your data. It's against their terms of service, but they seem completely incapable of doing anything to stop it. Now, you might be asking, why don't I like TikTok? Well, here's a perfectly good example. Here's a tweet by Sophia Narwitz saying, "So nice to seeing families come to gathering around for some wholesome time together." This is on TikTok. Now, I can't play the audio because it is the masterpiece known as WAP, which I only recently found out what stood for. I had always thought it was Web Access Protocol, but here is what we get. There's mom and dad just absolutely celebrating their look how oh yes, just wonderful parenting. I'm sure this is a very wholesome girl who's, got good values and parents that are just like, "Hey, cool, we're going to sit in this TikTok video." Why would you make your dad watch? I wonder if his father went into his bedroom and cries. I imagine having to stand there and watch how big of a failure you are as a parent in real time. Putting your college degree to good use. So deeply embarrassing. Look, I mean, there's dancing. I'm not going to be that much of a prude, all right? But this is the type of content you'll often find is the most popular on TikTok. And now there is a new trend on TikTok where they are attempting to educate people about the events that led to the Second World War by pretending to be victims of it. That's right. TikTok users attempting to educate by pretending to be victims and wearing the Star of David, striped uniforms, and fake bruises are accused of dishonoring the lives of millions of Jews in a tone-deaf trend branded trauma prawn. Oh no. This criticism is 100% warranted. 100%. You are literally standing on the graves of millions for clout. And I'm sorry, but I don't buy I was just doing it to raise awareness. Really? Really? How many TikTok users are pretending to be fetuses that were put in the garbage can? Is that going to be a trend we see on TikTok? TikTok users are pretending to be victims of one of the worst atrocities ever in disturbing footage as part of a new trend. Footage shows users wearing the Star of David, striped clothing, and makeup to look like bruises and cuts, talking to the camera as if they're already gone. In others users' backgrounds is the camps where more than 1 million people passed. The people, those behind the videos, have defended their... Shocking that they would defend this. I mean, do you have any idea how important clout is, people? I mean, come on, boomer. Stop. I mean, it's clout. This is important stuff we're talking about. Those have defended their actions as saying that the clips are to educate people. But the director of Survivor Affairs at the U.S. Museum of this event, Diane Saltzman, told Insider, imitating this experience dishonors the memory of the victims. It is offensive to survivors, and it trivializes history. Well, duh! Any idiot knows that. But this is the high-quality TikTok content that you can get with the Chinese-owned app. To be honest, as this trend continues to grow, I'm perfectly happy if the app gets banned. It seems like it will be a net positive for Western culture. The clips have also sparked anger online, with one Twitter user saying, "Right now, can we please stop making this type of a trend, this event trend on TikTok? It's straight up anti-Semitism and you all let it slide." Look at this! Look at this image! Like, you're joking, right? You thought this was okay. You thought, I mean, why don't you just start a blackface challenge on TikTok to raise awareness about blackface while you're at it? I mean, on what planet do millennials think this is? Oh my God. They shoved this bunch on a train with a bunch of my other people from my town. The girl who passed during this tells you how it happened. Yeah, did you take any time to actually investigate the history of it? Or did you just jump on a trending hashtag? Twitter user Phoebe G's wrote, "I spent literal minutes scrolling through a thread of video shared on Twitter of teens TikTok acting as if they were in camps. A 17-year-old Jewish teenager from LA named Brianna said, 'Our obsession with this trauma prawn has only motivated a desire to dramatize these narratives.' TikTok users film point-of-view videos for a number of different issues as well as this. Social media giant has not commented on the clips, some of which have thousands of views and likes. One unnamed creator has since removed her video. She said, 'I've always been interested in the history of this. So learn.'" Here's this thing. Here's a weird thing. I know a lot of people haven't heard of this, but there are buildings in most towns. They're brick buildings. Some of them are made of wood, but they're called these things called libraries. They have hundreds of books on this particular event, and there are probably thousands. I'm saying there are probably hundreds of highly rated, ultra accurate books that you could read. If you were interested in that, you do that. You wouldn't be making a TikTok video with Jude, Star of David, fake cut out of paper on your chest. Are you joking? Are you? I mean, what? What? Can I even watch these? I don't know if I could even watch these. The trend has caused outcry on social media, with one person tweeting, "I'm sad this has become something people think is okay to practice their makeup and acting abilities with." Another person wrote, "Right, can we please stop making this trend on TikTok?" The TikTok videos could be an ill-informed attempt to raise awareness. No, it isn't. It isn't. You're a 17-year-old kid. You aren't educating anyone on anything outside of what not to do. This is an absolute perfect case study of how clout has so much power over young minds that they are willing to do almost anything for it. And this is perpetuated by those who are promoted on YouTube, who are promoted on TikTok, and who are promoted on Instagram. These people tend to be the most awful human beings on the planet, and millions of youths across the world want to emulate that. I've always been interested in the history, but others view the The outfit was not overlooked either. 19-year-old Jewish woman from LA identified as Brianna, who posted a lengthy thread about it on Twitter, told Wired, "Our obsession with this is disgusting." Diane Saltzman spoke out against it. The museum encourages everyone, especially young people, to learn about the events and understand that it holds for us today. Here's something I'd like to see. Here, if you want to get something to trend, look, we can't do anything about what happened back then. But here, listen to me, TikTokers. Here's what I'd like you to get trending. Look up the Uyghur Muslims in China. Look up what's going on with them. And then get that trending on TikTok. Their own app. Wouldn't that be the sweetest thing? The Chinese own app, forced to get young kids making videos exposing them about that. We can't do anything about history. We can learn from it. But it's literally happening right now in China. Why don't you do something if you really care and you really were just doing it for altruistic reasons? You were just doing it. It wasn't about clout. You were just doing it for good. How about that? I want to see that trend on TikTok. I hope you enjoyed this video. I weep for Western society. We'll talk to you again real soon.